It looks like help is on the way when it comes to Microsoft and the lack of exclusives. Xbox, of course, isn't known for having like a ton of exclusive titles or anything like that, but at the same time, that looks like it's going to change and change pretty significantly in the very near future. Clearly, Microsoft having 25, assuming the Activision Blizzard King deal goes through, would have 34 studios, I believe, but as it stands, they have 25. And so clearly, with 15 games currently announced from the first party, including the likes of Indiana Jones, Fable, Perfect Dark, Starfield. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of games. Hellblade 2. There's going to be a lot of games coming, and in particular, we know of quite a few coming next year, and probably many more after that. It's just the nature of the business because they want one hit after another. Now, when it comes down to the ability to put out these games, some people, and rightfully so, kind of still complain that they still haven't released anything, they blah blah blah, and that's a relevant argument to say the least. Like, I understand that Microsoft has to go out there and showcase and prove to people that they can do these type of things, right? Like, that's just honestly what they have to do. They have to be able to go out there and do that, and until they do, I am 100% in the corner that some gamers should hold them accountable for the lackluster lineup and things like that. Now, with news like this, it's good to see that coming, and it looks like this leaked game, which used to be a PlayStation exclusive, which was pretty much an obvious one, but I want to get into it. Hey everybody, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please like the video. I'm looking for 100 likes on each of these videos. Would be amazing if you all could do that. Now listen, this game does look interesting, and I heard it wasn't bad. I actually heard it was better than what the reviews put it at, but it looks like PS5 exclusive Ghostwire Tokyo is listed for Xbox on the Bethesda office wall. It's going to likely follow Deathloop and come to Xbox in March of 2023. As spotted by a Twitter user, an article showcasing Bethesda's London office on the website of Workplace Design Company, which is no longer on the site, showed images of large wall murals featuring Bethesda's games, including Ghostwire Tokyo. However, interestingly enough, the Ghostwire Tokyo art piece listed the game as an Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC title, although no official Xbox version of the game has been announced to date. Although the image has since been removed, the notion that Ghostwire Tokyo would be coming to Xbox isn't enormously surprising, given Microsoft's acquisition of Bethesda in March of 2021. A pre-existing deal with Sony to develop two PS5 console exclusives in Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo initially stopped Microsoft from releasing either game on Xbox. However, Deathloop was recently released on the Series X and S, roughly 1 year after its PlayStation 5 release. It's the same 1-year agreement in place for Ghostwire Tokyo. It seems likely that the game will come to Xbox Series X and S and Xbox Game Pass anytime after March 25th, 2023. Ghostwire Tokyo, developed by Tango Gameworks and directed by Shinji Mikami, excuse me if I got that name wrong, called it a memorable but flawed action horror game. At times, it feels like the game's incredible art direction, music, and visual style deserve a game that's better mechanically. But when it all comes together, Ghostwire Tokyo is one of the more memorable recent games in the AAA space, if you can ignore some of the stumbles. But yeah, like, I actually think that game is probably much better than it's given credit for. With that being said, like, Microsoft has a lot of good things going on with Xbox, and one of the cooler things that I saw, which I think is brilliant, because I actually like this game, which is State of Decay, right? I'm a fan of the series now. I love the first one, little arcade game, right? Came out of nowhere. It did gangbusters on the Xbox 360. Then you figure that the second one, which is just going to be more of that, but co-op, which is what everybody wanted. But then they turned out and kind of screwed it up and dropped the ball, where there was really no story or anything like that, and it was just kind of a mess. But Undead Labs is quietly working on State of Decay 3. We haven't seen any gameplay or anything like that. It could be the team wants to go all out in the third iteration now that Microsoft owns them. In an interview with Xbox's Matt Booty on State of Decay 3, they discussed it, particularly in regards to how the game is being built on Unreal Engine 5. He says that the Gears of War developers, the Coalition, is helping with all things Unreal Engine at Xbox, and the team wants to create something that will compete visually against the competition. Now, he says, we want the game, State of Decay 3, to compete. We want it to compete visually. One of the things that the team there is really focused on is animation technology being able to really up for State of Decay 3, the interactivity between a player and the environment. Now, considering the first two State of Decay games are what you'd probably call lower budget titles, this is music to everybody's ears, or it should be, and obviously we hope that State of Decay 3 is built into a more AAA game this time around, and it sounds like that's the idea. Now, the interesting thing is, I wasn't a huge fan of State of Decay 2. While I did beat the main thing at the beginning, like the main kind of thing, it was disappointing that when you're playing this game, you know, you can't really play it with your friends, so to speak. Right, like as far as I can tell, it's like, I mean, you can play with your friends, but you're tethered together, first of all. Second of all, like if I'm playing it and it's in my game and I'm hosting it, then nobody else is going to get story-based achievements on that, right? Just me. So it really kind of sucked and dropped the ball in that atmosphere, and the game didn't look very good, which is something that I feel like a lot of people probably you know, understand as well. Now, the interesting thing here is they updated it and totally kind of redid the graphics within 2 years and re-released it as a free update, which I think is pretty cool that they were able to accomplish that. And, you know, at the end of the day, being able to do these things has always kind of paid off well for Xbox. So I think working with the coalition on this and the fact that it is a Unreal Engine 5 game, I think is going to help tremendously achieve what we want as, you know, fans of the series, because I think the series is unique and it's awesome and it's actually very popular, right? But you want to do like true co-op. You don't want to get stuck with this like weird co-op that you know, is kind of tethered and things like that. So yeah, I do think that, you know, hopefully they have been able to fix it and kind of get this stuff out there and working in a proper fashion, and that's like the key in my opinion. And I hope that they get that worked out, and I hope that everything kind of comes together for them, because that's what we need as fans. You know, we want Xbox to be successful, and for it to be successful, they need these games to be, you know, have their time taken and the money and the talent to be able to go out there and make these the best games possible. I'm not saying that this game's going to be graphically on the God of War scale, but I'm going to say that, you know, they can have it up there, and improvement is always welcome across the board. So this is really cool stuff, and I'm going to obviously link you guys with all of this, and you can let me know how you feel about it personally, because I think this is pretty damn cool, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the exact same way. You can let me know down in the comments. Like I said, this is going to be 2 different articles that I'm going to link, and it was just really cool to see that Matt Booty did answer a lot of questions about, you know, what's going on with Xbox, and, you know, talking about like Redfall and you know, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, love it. So yeah, happy to see that. Now, everybody, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I would appreciate that. And you know what? I think that's awesome to see so many people enjoy the content. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Crap Gamer out.